Anthology of Discourses, a refreshing translation of the Sutta Nipāta, translated by Bhikkhu Sujato and read by Angus Cargill. With Khuddaka. So I have heard. At one time, the Buddha was staying near Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's monastery. Then the mendicant Khuddaka went up to the Buddha, bowed, sat down to one side and said to him, "Sir, Śāriputra and Moggallana have corrupt wishes. They've fallen under the sway of corrupt wishes." When this was said, the Buddha said to Khuddaka, "Don't say that, Khuddaka. Don't say that, Khuddaka. Have confidence in Śāriputra and Moggallana. They are good monks." For a second time, for a third time, Khuddaka said to the Buddha, "Despite my faith and trust in the Buddha, Śāriputra and Moggallana have corrupt wishes. They've fallen under the sway of corrupt wishes." For a third time, the Buddha said to Khuddaka, "Don't say that, Khuddaka. Don't say that, Khuddaka. Have confidence in Śāriputra and Moggallana. They're good monks." Then Khuddaka got up from his seat, bowed, and respectfully circled the Buddha, keeping him on his right before leaving. Not long after he left, his body erupted with boils the size of mustard seeds. The boils grew to the size of mung beans, then chickpeas, then jujube seeds, then jujubes, then myrobalans, then unripe wood apples, then ripe wood apples. Finally, they burst open, and pus and blood oozed out. Then the mendicant Khuddaka died of that illness. He was reborn in the pink lotus hell because of his resentment for Śāriputra and Moggallana. Then, late at night, the beautiful divinity Sahampati, lighting up the entire Jeta's Grove, went up to the Buddha, bowed, stood to one side, and said to him, "Sir, the mendicant Khuddaka has passed away. He was reborn in the pink lotus hell because of his resentment for Śāriputra and Moggallana." That's what the divinity Sahampati said. Then he bowed and respectfully circled the Buddha, keeping him on his right side, before vanishing right there. Then, when the night had passed, the Buddha told the mendicants all that had happened. When he said this, one of the mendicants said to the Buddha, "Sir, how long is the lifespan in the pink lotus hell?" "It's long, mendicant. It's not easy to calculate how many years, how many hundreds or thousands or hundreds of thousands of years it lasts." "But, sir, is it possible to give a simile?" "It's possible," said the Buddha. "Suppose there was a Kosalan cartload of 20 bushels of sesame seed, and at the end of every 100 years someone would remove a single seed from it. By this means the Kosalan cartload of 20 bushels of sesame seed would run out faster than a single lifetime in the Abuddha hell. Now 20 lifetimes in the Abuddha hell equal 1 lifetime in the Nirabuddha hell. 20 lifetimes in the Nirabuddha hell equal 1 lifetime in the Abhava hell. 20 lifetimes in the Abhava hell equal 1 lifetime in the Atthaka hell. 20 lifetimes in the Atthaka hell equal 1 lifetime in the Ahaha hell. 20 lifetimes in the Ahaha hell equal 1 lifetime in the Yellow Lotus hell. 20 lifetimes in the Yellow Lotus hell equal 1 lifetime in the Sweet-Smelling hell. 20 lifetimes in the Sweet-Smelling hell equal 1 lifetime in the Blue Water Lily hell. 20 lifetimes in the Blue Water Lily hell equal 1 lifetime in the White Lotus hell. 20 lifetimes in the White Lotus hell equal 1 lifetime in the Pink Lotus hell. The mendicant Khuddaka has been reborn in the Pink Lotus hell because of his resentment for Śāriputra and Moggallana. That is what the Buddha said. Then the Holy One, the teacher, went on to say, A person is born with an axe in their mouth. A fool cuts themselves with it when they say bad words. When you praise someone worthy of criticism, or criticize someone worthy of praise, you choose bad luck with your own mouth. You'll never find happiness that way. Bad luck at dice is a trivial thing if all you lose is your money, and all you own, even yourself. What's really terrible luck is to hate the holy ones. For more than 2 quinquadecillion years, and another 5 quattuordecillion years, a slanderer of noble ones goes to hell, having aimed bad words and thoughts at them. A liar goes to hell, as does one who denies what they did. Both are equal in the hereafter, those men of base deeds. Whoever wrongs a man who has done no wrong, a pure man who has not a blemish, the evil backfires on the fool like fine dust thrown upwind. One addicted to the way of greed abuses others with their speech, faithless, miserly, uncharitable, stingy, addicted to backbiting, foul-mouthed, divisive, ignoble, a baby killer, wicked, wrongdoer, worst of men, cursed, base-born, quiet now, for you are bound for hell. You stir up dust causing harm, when you, criminal, malign the good. Having done many bad deeds, you'll go to the pit for a long time. For no one's deeds are ever lost, they return to their owner. In the next life, that criminal dullard sees suffering in themselves. They approach the place of impalement with its iron spikes, sharp blades, and iron stakes. Then there is the food, which appropriately is like a red-hot iron ball. For the speakers speak not sweetly. They don't hurry there or find shelter. They lie upon a spread of coals. They enter a blazing mass of fire. Wrapping them in a net, they strike them there with iron hammers. They come to blinding darkness, which spreads about them like a fog. Next they enter a copper pot, a blazing mass of fire. There they roast for a long time, writhing in the masses of fire. Then the criminal roasts there in a mixture of pus and blood. No matter where they settle, everything they touch there hurts them. The criminal roasts in worm-infested water. There's not even a shore to go to, for all around are the same kind of pots. They enter the sword-leaf forest, so sharp they cut their body to pieces. Having grabbed the tongue with a hook, they stab it, slashing back and forth. Then they approach the impassable Vetarani River, with its sharp blades, its razor blades. Idiots fall into it, the wicked who have done wicked deeds. There dogs all brown and spotted, and raven flocks and greedy jackals devour them as they wail, while hawks and crows attack them. Hard, alas, is the life here that criminals endure. That's why, for the rest of this life, a person ought to do their duty without fail. Experts have counted the loads of sesame as compared to the pink lotus hell. They amount to 50 million times 10,000 plus another 12 billion. As painful as life is said to be in hell, that's how long one must dwell there. That's why, for those who are pure, well-behaved, full of good qualities, one should always guard one's speech and mind.